Today, let's talk about how to start a $1 million glamping business. If you're anything like me, you want to leave your 9-to-5 and run your glamping business full time. You want to make a lot of money, and you may even want to build wealth for yourself as well as your loved ones. But how is a goal like that even possible when you have a full-time job that you can't afford to leave? So today, I'm going to talk about how I'm building my $1 million glamping business as a side hustle and how you can do it too. Here's the thing, you are going to need a team. There is just no way that you can get a complex business like a glamping site off the ground without all of the people that you need that will help you find the right property, run all of the feasibility studies, apply for the proper permits with your locality, secure funding, find a contract, oversee construction, and then ultimately launch. In all reality, it's going to take 2 to 3 years to get your glamping business up and running before you are hosting any guests. So who are you going to work with during this time, and how can you find them? You'll need 5 specific people, so let's get into the list. Oh, and hit like if you find this content valuable. Okay, this is the person who is going to make or break your glamp site dreams. This is your zoning administrator, and this is the person who will process your permitting application and ensure that all of the applicable regulations are met. In other words, they have a ton of power over your glamping site. So while you don't get to choose who your zoning administrator is, you can get them on your side right away. So before you even go looking for land, meet with your zoning administrator to identify any pitfalls that can keep you from launching your glamping site. Do your homework and review the zoning laws so that you come to that meeting informed, but this will help to show that you are serious about doing a glamping site the right way. And then once you find a property, you'll want to set up a formal meeting with your zoning administrator and anyone else that they recommend at the county to make sure that the land that you have in mind is going to fit your intended use according to the applicable laws and regulations. They may require something called a zoning use application, where they will give you a formal letter to say that your intended use will work on your lot, and that is a great piece of documentation to have in hand. Now, the person you need to bring to that meeting is your realtor, and not just any realtor. You are going to need a specialist who has experience in buying raw land or in helping to construct large-scale commercial properties on land. So this isn't going to be your typical residential realtor. You can ask any realtors you've worked with in the past to buy a home for a referral to a realtor who specializes in land or who specializes in commercial construction projects. But you need a specialist because they are going to be familiar with the due diligence process. And this is where you're conducting all of the feasibility studies that you need to ensure that the land is going to work for what you want to do with it. And they're going to have connections to all of the right people who can help you do those feasibility studies. And they're probably going to be familiar with the people in the county that you need to get on your side. If you want a dedicated video on how to find the right realtor and some advice from my realtor, comment realtor down below. And if I get 50 comments with that, I will go ahead and make the video. The third person that you need on your team is an advocate. And that is the role that an economic developer will play. Their job is to bring business to that locality and to make things easier for those businesses to start. And this is another person that you want to meet with before you go out and look for land and buy a property. Get them familiar with the type of project that you want to do. You can even go on Canva and create a business plan template and find some images of the type of glamping site that you would like to put up so that they can see and visualize the kind of business that you would like to start in their county. And then ask them if they can play a role in the permitting application process. For example, they can help to set up meetings and identify the right people that you need to talk to. Okay, the fourth person that you are going to need on your team is your contractor. Now, for a business as big as a glamping site, this is not going to be DIY. You're likely going to need a contractor who is going to put in all of the infrastructure that you need and then either custom build the sites or help you install any prefabricated structures that you purchase, such as glamping domes or mirror cabins. Now, you are going to need someone who is not only licensed, but who is very experienced in developing raw land. And that's because they are going to be the ones that are going to install the plumbing, the sewage, and the electricity. So this is not a job for novice contractors. Ask your realtor for referrals because they are going to be familiar with larger scale projects and the contractors who are good at working on those types of projects. Get at least 3 referrals, and you'll want to see their past work, and you'll want to talk to previous clients to ask them about their experience in working with the contractor. And then my final recommendation when it comes to a contractor is you're going to want to have them come out to your site once you have purchased the land and show them where you want to put your structures, what type of structures you want to put up, and they're going to give you their advice on what will and won't work early on. Okay, so before we get into the 5th and most important member of the team that will help you build your glamping site as a side hustle, subscribe to follow along on my journey as I build our glamping site and learn about my lessons along the way. You will not be able to complete your project without money. Glamp sites are a very new type of business. They're also a very expensive type of business to put up. So in all likelihood, you are going to need financing. So the 5th and final member of the team is your lender. Again, here you are going to want to get referrals from your realtor of lenders who have experience in working on ground up construction and have loan products that will fund those types of projects. And as you've noticed, there's a theme with this video. You'll want to meet with this person very early on to describe what you are planning to do and see if they have loan products that fit your needs. My lender is fantastic, and I've been thinking about featuring him on this channel. So if that's something that you would like to see, comment lender down below, and then I will go ahead and interview him on this channel. Check out my links down below to become an Airbnb host, as well as to purchase any of the items that I use to decorate and furnish my Airbnbs that I highly recommend. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Bye-bye.